This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll. Go, bro.
I thought we were on strike. Welcome to DBL. Happy Friday, everybody. We're playing a little joke because the Actors Union is on strike. But to be clear, we are not part of that union. So a lot of people have been asking me that over social media,
we
things
are
like that.
all in the union, but
we are SAG members. Well, let's get into it a little bit. Let's dive in. I thought that joke would be fun to start, and you fell for it.
I always fall for your.
All right, it's official. Hollywood is shutting down. To be clear, we are here in Denver. Members of the Actors Union voted to go on strike. They want better pay and streaming residuals from their studio bosses. That makes sense. At the UK premiere of Oppenheimer yesterday, stars including Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh, Robert Downey Jr. You see Cillian in there?
Killian?
I think it's Cillian.
It's Killian.
Oh, he left the red carpet too. A number of movies in the works also shut down, like Wicked with Ariana Grande, Deadpool 3, Gladiator 2, and the Beetlejuice sequel. Disney CEO Bob Iger called the actors' demands not realistic. Meantime, Union President Fran Drescher, she's hitting back. Let's watch.
I cannot believe it, quite frankly, how far apart we are on so many things. How they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs. It is disgusting. We're not going to keep doing incremental changes on a contract that no longer honors what is happening right now with this business model that was foisted upon us. What are we doing? Moving around furniture on the Titanic?
And to be fair, I guess, in this argument, Bob Iger had a little clip too out there saying their views are unrealistic. So obviously there's two sides to this, and they are very far apart, Al.
Right. Well, before we go any further, I said when we interviewed Fran the last time she was here, Fran Drescher, 2024, she's got some leadership, like a fiery quality about her where I just want to listen to her and I believe her. I'm just saying. And I digress as it pertains to this. It was really unnerving, Sam, that she said she can't believe how far apart they are. Usually when you do sit down to negotiate, you understand that it's not going to be unpleasant and that you guys disagree. But when you can't even find like a slight middle point to come together on, what do we do with this? And I mean, how long do you see this going on?
I think it's going to go on for quite some time. And I think why it's so alarming is, you know, many people might think, oh, these are Hollywood actors. They're making a ton of money. We said this yesterday. The bulk majority of the 160,000 SAG members can barely make it paycheck to paycheck. You have a friend that had to pick up a serving job.
Legit. We talked to her yesterday, and she's a server now.
Exactly.
Right. And she worked on the Marvel movies, not just working, big-time movies, yes.
And it's not just her. There's many people that are going to be suffering, and they're going to continue to suffer because of this. I also want to make the point, because some people are saying, oh, they're so entitled, here we go again. Actually, they have not. There's been no strike with the SAG actors since 1980. Cumulatively, between SAG and WGA, the Writers Guild, they have not gone on strike for 63 years. And the last time they went on strike was for a very similar reason, when they went from movie to television and television residuals. Here we are at another precipice when it comes to what she said, their business model. Now we're looking at AI. Now we're looking at streaming. So she's right. They're not doing this every year. They're doing this because the business model has changed and they want to be paid fairly. And just to make it a little bit more digestible for the viewers out there, I know UPS is on the precipice of doing this. FedEx, grocery workers, fast food workers, because AI does threaten a lot of those jobs.
Yeah, I mean, we look and it's hard. I've been to certain hotels that I've stayed at where the workers were striking, and I think that people can acquiesce to that cause more because they see these people scrubbing toilets and working hard, and so they equate that with hard work and they equate them going to war with big business. When it comes to people like actors, like athletes, they see these exorbitant salaries that are splashed all over the screen, but they never splash the owner's salary anywhere. And so all we have is to look and we say, oh, this person makes this much to play a kid's game or, you know, literally play a fairy in a movie. Why would we get on your side? Well, if they saw how much the studios made, if they saw how much this generated worldwide, decade after decade after, you know, the merchandising and all these things that go along with it, the songs that come from these movies are #1 hits for years and years. these people need to be compensated too, because much like your friend, which is very emblematic of what this is, you're talking about somebody that doesn't have a guarantee from job to job. I just signed a contract here. When you sign a contract at any job, you at least say, unless something catastrophic happens, I'm at least okay for 3 years. Your friend's at a Marvel movie. I'm sure if you had asked her on set, how's your career going? She would say, great. If you ask a writer, how's your career going? Great, but you don't know when your next gig is coming. And these people are like, I want to be able to put my kids into school and know that we're at least good for a couple years, because these jobs are sporadic. So I think these writers, these makeup artists, these directors just want a little bit of stability in their life, like anybody else is asking for.
Can I just say, your vocabulary is on point today, my friend.
Really?
I mean, you said like 4 great words.
He's
well, thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you notice that?
Yeah,
acquiesce.
He always does, though. He's
but he like slipped that in there nonchalant.
Well,
I know. Maybe you should be fighting for the actors over there.
Call me Fran. I really like Fran Drescher.
Me too.
Yeah.
She's fiery, and I know that's a term that people sometimes use to describe women, which I don't like, but she's got a passion inside of her.
I didn't get the moving around furniture on the Titanic.
It means you're wasting your time.
And then I got it. I acquiesced it. All right. All right, are you ready for it? It's time. Taylor Swift is right here in Denver. That's right. Taylor's Era Tour is making a stop here tonight and tomorrow. And the Swifties, well, they're out in full force, including Sam. Yesterday morning, hundreds waited outside in Power Field for the official Taylor merchandise truck to open. Taylor Mania has been sweeping the nation, and the Federal Reserve has even credited her Eras Tour with boosting the economy.
Yes.
Good for Taylor.
I've said this forever with, Jeff, you grew up in Chicago, the Bulls, the Cavs with LeBron, Kobe. When these teams come to your city, they do this. The bars are full. The parking garages are full. The nightclubs, the hotels are packed. That's why these teams are so important in terms of like talking about contracts and why you should be paid what you're owed. It's like having the Beatles come to your city, a couple times a year. And with Taylor Swift, I'd be fascinated to read what the economic impact is for an artist like this to come through to your city.
The insurgents, if you will.
It is an insurgent.
There we go.
The Swiftie Army is like the biggest fan army. I mean, they've been lining up since last night just to get their hands on a piece of merchandise. We've gotten an opportunity to look at some of that official merchandise. Okay, and we've gotten some hoots and hollers in here. This is a box.
Oh, you gave a hoot out.
You gave a hoot. Well, Sam just broke it down. That's a what?
That's just a box. Here are some of her official posters. They're beautiful. Let's look at some of these gorgeous posters that some of the Swifties are going to be able to hang on their wall.
If you hang on to that for 50 years, it might be like on that Vegas show.
Oh, like my Samantha doll?
Yeah, you shouldn't touch that with your oily fingers.
Oh, here's a really cute little duffel bag.
Duffel bag?
Do you want to see what the VIPs get? You want to see this?
To not go?
So the VIPs, they get sent this box with a big thing of confetti. So when you open the box, confetti pops out.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
And they get to wear this very heavy pin. They get to.
Could Al wear that the rest of the show?
Here's their very fancy tickets. Look at these very fancy tickets. And then even more important, Kelly Schubert is dying for one of these.
This is some inside.
Very heavy, light up. What? Yeah, you need that? Okay, what do you call this? Like credentials?
Yes.
Okay, feel it, Al. Heavy. She doesn't skimp. Taylor Swift does not.
Al, promote that
skimp.
stuff and send it to Taylor.
Are we getting any dough from her?
No, this is just for the Swifties to see.
Apparently Sam is.
Yes,
this isn't mine.
Sam, are you going to go? I mean,
no, I'm not going.
I was shocked to find out. My girl told me that they pull up the merch truck before the show even starts, and there's a line.
Do you know why?
Because I'm assuming people want to watch the show and not stand in line?
No, she wants to make sure that people that couldn't afford tickets, because tickets are quite pricey, can also have merchandise. So the people...
You made it seem like she was giving like turkeys to the homeless. She's profiting off of her merchandise.
I want to give you plenty of time to buy my stuff.
She wants to make sure that you don't have to go to her concert to have official swag.
And Jeff, you notice I talk a lot. I don't say anything during the Taylor Swift. That army will come for you. Hey, guys, I love you. Good good luck at the concert. I would argue that they are the most powerful army on social media. Like they would.
Wow, look at these tickets, you guys.
Great tickets. I love them. Go buy them.
It's like Willy Wonka's golden ticket, but it's platinum.
Yes.
I bet you people pay a pretty penny for that whole little kit right there.
So?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. I hope we don't have to give it back. Maybe we can sell it.
But just so you know, I got my $140 million. Her tour alone, just in Denver, brought into the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
My
we need to have her back.
Come on, Tay-Tay.
How often does she tour?
I don't know. I don't have that information out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take this laminate, Sam.
No, you're not. Give it back.
I was going to hold it up. What do you think? I'm going to keep it?
All right, they're going to fight about that over break. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with Raven-Symoné and her wife Miranda about what it's like working together on their new podcast. Plus, Gabrielle Union has a message for the haters who say she's too old to wear a bikini. Uh-oh. Stay tuned.
DBL, this show is amazing.
There's a lot going on down here.
I would have been part of the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
So on point. But I'm gonna have a conversation about what's happening now.
We can sell it. We're gonna
Are
sell
you
it.
ready for it?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, are you a Taylor
David,
Swiftie?
the
This girl
gays
just got to get to meet Janet Jackson.
Yes.
That's cooler. Sorry.
saw the picture.
That is
How was
very
it
cool.
meeting Janet?
Good.
Was she
Tell us.
everything that you thought she would be?
Yes.
Okay, so Kelly does get to go to the concert tomorrow. What are you most excited about?
Oh, well, she's playing all the different eras, so it's not just one album. It's all her albums. So that's why it's going to be so fun, because we're going to get to hear lots of different songs from when I was a heartbroken, 15-year-old to now.
Goodness, so it's going to
Right?
be very nostalgic, probably cathartic for you. Those are beautiful.
They are so good.
I would frame those, and they're numbered too.
Totally.
So these ones are numbered. Where's the one that's numbered? This one's numbered, so these are
That's so rad.
supposedly these will gain value.
Yeah, they will for sure.
I don't think all of them are numbered though. So that, look, Albert.
Albert.
One of the posters is numbered. There's only a handful
I would
of
definitely
these
save one
posters.
for a while.
So who knows how much this will make?
And give it to Sophie. That'll be worth
Yeah,
more than
no, I
that
think you would
doll,
save
that
one for
raggedy
sure.
doll
This
you
might be
have.
better than my Samantha
It
doll.
is going to be. I'm sorry, Sam. It is going to be better than
your
yours.
dolls
Okay,
are
you're
terrible.
Yeah.
They're
It
scary.
is going to be. Well, there are. No, put them back.
yeah.
You got to put them back.
What about my
correctly for
Samantha
so-so.
doll?
I said they're scary. Do you
said that?
Do you think if we broke
There
those
are
dolls out to people
Swifties.
to come up?
No, there are Swifties who are scary. It's true.
No. I was talking about Sam's doll.
Well, there
Wow,
are Swifties
you
who are
took that to
scary.
a different place.
Well, there
Yeah.
are. I
You
was
know
a little
some Sam
overwhelmed.
Kenny
I was at a
defended.
store in Denver the other day where they were having a Taylor Swift party, and I was a little bit overwhelmed by how crazy
It doesn't
people
come
were being.
alive,
So
Albert. That's a
I hope
bit of
it'll
an
be good. I mean, I
exaggeration.
love Taylor Swift, but I'm not think I'm going to be best friends with her or anything. I'm just excited for her music and to hear it. So, yay!
Welcome back. Former housewives are back in the spotlight and throwing shade. Who's hating on my girl Gabrielle Union? And Riri is keeping it sexy for all you mothers. In this week's What Erica's Watching. Kim Zolciak's cameo on the new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta is kicking up old drama. Now that her marriage meltdown has been exposed, Kenya Moore is clapping back at a shady comment Kim made when she reunited with Sheree, Lisa, and Deshaun from season 1. When Kenya's name was mentioned, Kim responded by saying,
Drew, Kenya. Really? Still alive.
Once Kenya caught wind of this, she twirled over to Twitter and dragged Kim. Kenya said despite Kim's marriage, money, and mommy woes, she has yet to kick Kim while she was down. But in the same breath, Kenya blasted Kim for being desperate and for begging to be back on Bravo after her spinoff show was canceled. Now, I have a feeling that this is just the beginning of some more juicy housewife drama. #Team Kenya. Next, Gabrielle Union is bikini goals. Well, at least for most of us, myself included. On a podcast, she mentioned that one of her online trolls wants her to stop wearing bikinis because she's old enough to be a grandmother. Well, the beautiful 50-year-old mom made it very clear that she actually wears thong bikinis. Okay, girl. And plans on wearing one face down in her casket so that her haters can kiss her cheeks goodbye. Well, Gabby, darling, please show your face because that is the money maker, okay? Well, Keke Palmer broke the internet with her sheer style at Usher's Vegas show, sparking a heated debate and several comments, starting with one from her own man, who's also the father of her newborn son, after he called out Keke for not dressing motherly. She shut him down with a clever post, letting her fans know just exactly where she stands when it comes to being mommy shamed. And just like Keke, Rihanna refuses to tone down her sexiness just because she's a mom as well. Riri's wearing a two-piece thong in her latest Savage Fenty photo shoot, making this officially a hot mother summer. Share with me anything that catches your eye by using the hashtag DBLEricaWatch. We'll be right back.
Bank of America has been ordered to pay $250 million in fines and refunds to customers. Federal regulators say the bank broke the law with junk fees and deceptive credit card sales practices. The bank has been specifically ordered to refund $80 million of non-sufficient fund fees, which are similar to overdraft fees. So, will eligible customers have to take any action to get their money, or will it go out automatically? Let's verify. Our sources are the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and the consent order in this case. Until last year, Bank of America charged something called a non-sufficient fund fee. It's like an overdraft fee, but instead of the bank covering the withdrawal and billing you later, a non-sufficient fund fee declines the transaction, but still charges you $35. It's not illegal, though the CFPB has been critical of them, and many big banks, including B of A, have stopped charging them at all. What was illegal was a sort of double-dipping process. Say you go to purchase something at the store, but they run your debit card and you have insufficient funds, so you get charged a fee. Seeing that the transaction didn't go through, the cashier runs your card again. For years, Bank of America charged the fee again. The CFPB says that practice was illegal because it served no purpose but making the bank money, and there's no way for you to prevent someone from running your card twice. The Bureau pursued a case against Bank of America, but before it got to court, B of A agreed to a consent order, which is sort of like a settlement.
The order says that they have 90 days to come up with a plan for identifying which customers need to be refunded, and then 60 days after that plan is approved to send the money out, with notices explaining what it's for.
So the answer is no. You don't have to do anything to get your refund. It'll be automatically sent to eligible customers through direct deposit or paper check.
And those should arrive by mid-December.
With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
Welcome back. Since they tied the knot 3 years ago, Raven-Symoné and Miranda Pierman-Mayday have been cracking us up on their YouTube channel. Now they've made a podcast together that's not just good, it's the best podcast ever. Earlier, we talked with them about it. Check it out. Welcome to the show, Raven-Symoné and Miranda Pierman-Mayday.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Raven, Miranda, so nice to have you both here. But Raven, I want to ask you, because you two recently celebrated your 3-year anniversary. So what do you think has been the most unexpected part of married life?
Yeah. Oh, the most unexpected part?
Yeah.
I want to know the answer to this, too. Yeah, so do I. The most unexpected part is the changes that yourself makes in order to create a good environment in a positive way. You know, a lot of the times people are like, it's in my way. A lot of the times people are like, don't change yourself, don't change yourself. But there's a difference between seeing your flaws and wanting to change in order to make a great environment and changing yourself to appease someone else. Mm-hmm. So, you know, not moving this lime right now for me is definitely a journey.
Free. It's on the internet. Get out of here.
Oh, she's trying to hide her foot.
I'm hiding my foot.
Okay, well, I'm going like this thing. Anyway, hi, you guys.
Listen,
I love this.
I got to tell you, I love the real interaction. I think
Yes.
fans will too. So, Miranda, is there anything new you've learned about Raven while doing this podcast? Because me and my wife just started one, and I almost find it therapeutic in some sort of way. We get things out that we normally wouldn't talk about.
Yeah, totally. I learned that Raven loves all of her theme songs. I learned that if Raven could have a throuple scenario, she'd want Cassie in the mix.
Oh!
That was really new to me because every time that we've ever had a conversation, it's like Amanda Seyfried, it's like white girl fantasy, and then all of a sudden she was like Cassie. I was like, oh, Cassie. Okay, cool. Cassie's way more like
I don't discriminate.
anyway. What else have I learned? I don't know. I mean, those are two good nuggets of knowledge.
Dip that in your soy sauce. Let's go.
Oh, I like it.
Nice.
Raven,
Dip that in your soy
I have
sauce.
to ask you, you got a ton of experience interviewing folks on The View. How would you compare that to this podcast? Did you take some of that experience and bring it over here?
Most definitely. I learned a lot from The View. I learned how important it is to have a great editor and not go live.
Yeah.
I learned how
Right now.
exactly. I know. I learned how important it is to have a great structure to your interview so that you as the host and the guest have fun, which is why I love the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda, because this is not your typical interview. When you come on our podcast, we spin a wheel. It lands on a random word. My wife and I don't even know what it is. And we talk about that. So let's say, for instance, Tom Cruise comes on. We're not going to be talking about his extra amazing stunt that he just did for Mission Impossible 16.
We're going to no idea what you're talking about.
We're going to be talking about, his shampoo choices, because that's what I really care about, that thick head of hair on his head. I'm trying to think.
You guys are cracking me up. I could watch like a whole series on YouTube. Miranda, your deadpan is priceless. So you recently watched Raven's movie, The Cheetah Girls, for the first time ever. You have to give us a review. What did you think?
What did I think? It was great. I loved it so much. I know. I sound like I totally understand now why people run up to her at Best Buy and they're like, I love the cheetah.
I love a Best Buy run. It's one of my favorite runs. A Best Buy run.
You know what I mean? I'm just
the Geek
now,
Squad, man.
Now I understand it. And even though I hadn't watched it as a kid, I felt the nostalgia. And there's something so special about those Disney movies. I don't know, they just get you. And the music and the dance, you were great, superb. I want to strut in Barcelona.
I love it. You two are too funny. Raven and Miranda, thank you so much for chatting with us today. DBL Nation, be sure to listen to the best podcast ever, wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks again. We'll be right back. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
With fire season upon us, viewers want to know which plants are fire safe in the yard around the house and which ones are not.
So let's verify. Which types of plants are fire resistant? My sources are the Fire Safe Council of San Diego County and Tiger Palafox, plant expert and manager at Mission Hills Nursery.
Having that gap of fire safe plants helps because it stops the spread of the fire.
According to the Fire Safe Council of San Diego County, one of the best native plants for defensible space is the ceanothus, commonly called the California lilac.
This plant has green foliage, very watery filled stems, self-cleaning, not a lot of debris underneath it.
Another fire-safe plant on the list is the yarrow.
They spread, they're low-growing, very clean, not a lot of debris under them. So this acts like a good ground cover, but at the same time, it's very pretty while doing it.
And rounding out the top three is the manzanita.
Manzanitas are very hardwood plants, which means that it's very difficult for them to catch fire initially, but they do hold a lot of water in their foliage at the same time. So if a fire comes through, it's going to slow it down tremendously.
So we can verify that ceanothus, yarrow, and manzanita are fire-resistant plants. But what kinds are more prone than others to catching fire?
Juniper, very good. You see it, you think it's evergreen, low growing. You think it would act as a really good fire break. But at the same time, junipers have a lot of oils in them and that can catch fire. This is rosemary. Wonderful fragrance, wonderful blue flower, great to use as an herb, but at the same time has oils in it that are very flammable.
And rounding out the list is a tree native to Australia, the eucalyptus.
Number one, the oil in them catches fire and actually creates an explosion. So the plants begin to pop and they begin to crack and explode, which then sends embers all over the place. The fire will climb the tree, and then as it's climbing the tree, it acts as dynamite and actually explodes.
So we can verify that junipers, rosemary, and eucalyptus are not safe around your home when it comes to resisting fires. With your Verify, I'm Brian White for CBS 8.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter answers your questions, clarifies what's true and false, and even includes a daily fun fact. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Online businesses are hiring workers to make returns for you. Let's connect the dots. More companies believe if you can order something to your door in just a day, you should be able to return it just as fast. A company called Optoro is unveiling home pickups. It offers retailers the option for customers to make returns from the comfort of their home without any boxes or labels. It's all to help companies and their bottom line. Home pickups help retailers and brands spend less time restocking products. It also saves more than 15% on shipping costs because fewer people have to handle that package. For customers, it would be as simple as using an online portal. While not every retailer is using the technology quite yet, it is becoming more popular. So keep an eye out the next time you need to send something back. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Welcome back. If you envy your neighbor's green grass, it's time to turn the tables and make your patio the perfect place to be. Here are some easy ways to upgrade with Sunsetter. Daydream in your backyard on a swinging hammock. Also, inflatable hot tubs are easy to set up and move around if you have limited space. The easiest way to make your backyard shine is by adding some lights. String lights can make for an enchanted evening, or just invite some friends over and celebrate a special occasion. Sunsetter is America's #1 best-selling awning with affordable custom features without the custom price. Spend more time outside and get the best value with Sunsetter. It's been an industry leader for 30 years. Call 800-513-6851 or visit sunsetter.com for guaranteed pricing on American-made awnings built to last. So, Sam, I wanted to ask you, speaking of green grass, did you get a chance to use your green spray yet?
No. So
Wait,
there's a green spray
Explain.
via dead trees. There's a green spray that you can purchase that treats the trees / bushes while masking it with green
paint.
It's a spray paint. And by the way, I bought it too.
And did it work for you?
I didn't use it yet because there's been so much rain.
Yeah,
my lawn is glorious.
Mine too. But you're going to keep it just in case October rolls around. Little patch here, little patch there.
That's right.
Same.
So you're painting your grass.
That's what golf courses do. Welcome to the club.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'm a follower.
You have AstroTurf.
No, well, just for my slide, I have regular grass.
All right, good grass talk. See ya.